everyone, back for Roxy's Journal of Stitchery volume 6, and this is part 5, and I have backed all these with a little bit of an interface, and I have started to stitch them down, and I'm stitching these down with this thread which I got in the rice bag workshop, and it's a really beautiful soft thread that's quite thin, but it's also quite smooth, so it's lovely to sew with. So at the moment I have used a bit of the same colour from the web bulbs and put that around it, and I'm just doing little tiny stitches around each of these little things to hold them on before I work out what's next. I am seeing some absolutely wonderful ideas coming out. It's wonderful. So I'm not quite doing an invisible stitch, I am just doing little stitches because I can still see it. It's not like tiny, but I know that I'll be covering over, so it's okay. And I'm just doing those all the way around. This is the last one I've got to get down. If it's a lighter area like the blue, I'm just doing it on the line so it's still kind of invisible. Except for little points like that, those little sticky out bits, I'm just trying to do as small a stitch as possible. This will be going up. Once all of the stuff, I'm just actually getting a quick little stitch and a video in, even though I'm pre-recording a bit, because today is actually Wednesday, so this will probably go up on next Monday, I imagine. And I've just been, so when Lily gets here with her friend, they will stay in my bedroom downstairs, and I'm just going to pop upstairs because they might need to leave early in the morning to offload the truck and to get it back in time. So they actually did get up early enough to be back in time to get to the storage unit and sign up the paperwork, but on the way they got a windscreen crack in the windscreen, so they had to work out whether they needed to replace the windscreen before they get the truck back to the rental place. So nothing goes smoothly. It's like all of a sudden there's this just beautiful, it's very, what's the word? It's like it's very black and white. And one minute everything's just so stressful and there's so much to do, and then the next minute there's this beautiful thing like Ollie's mum and dad came and helped, and Ollie's dad was just a whiz at packing the van because she thought she'd have to sell half or give half her stuff away because it was not going to fit, and he made it all fit, which is just brilliant. Like, what a gift. So there's little moments like that, and then, you know, they leave early and it's like, oh, we'll make it to do the storage unit on time, and then the stone threw up, and so now they're behind again. So for today, even though this is past tense, they will basically just make it here for dinner. So Nora and I are thinking we'll cook a nice dinner for them and let them have a good sleep. And then tomorrow is mad unloading the van into storage unit again. So it's really interesting. She wants me to go out there to, I mean, I did preserve the day tomorrow. She wants me to go out there to take a bucket and sponge because they're just not even going to have time to wash the truck. I don't know that I'm going to be able to reach much of the truck. I guess if you get the bugs off the front, that'll be good. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, this is my little 2 seconds of get a little stitch and get a little bit of a stitch in, so as I've got something ready to go. I'm just happy to get a little bit ahead at the moment. I never know when I'm on call, and I think this might not go up till after, so I'll put up something else for my birthday, which is Sunday, so we'll see. It almost feels like everyone's just so busy and tired and exhausted, we're just going to forget my birthday for this year. That's all right. Even Huss is a bit grumpy because I've been so busy I haven't even seen him. Oh well, what can you do? It's just sometimes it's like that, isn't it? Got to do what you got to do for your kids when they need you. He's the same with his kids, so he understands. So I think I will put up a video on Sunday and talk about what I did for my birthday when it happens, because there are no plans. It was my mum's yesterday. Well, no plans to see her. Everyone's just like, you know, it's just all over the place at the moment. Get Liz off to Paris and get Lily sorted, and then maybe we'll think about it. Okay, so this is what I'm doing all the way around. So I hope everyone's well and enjoying their own version of volume 6. Some people are just starting at volume 6, which is really sweet, you know. It's nice to have the history of looking back and seeing that I've done every volume, but it's great, isn't it? It's great that people can discover and start fresh. Right, so I'm nearly getting there, nearly done. Maybe on my birthday on Sunday I'll do the talk. Someone did, thanks for the lady, I can't remember names, I'm so sorry. The lady who said yes, any conversation about age is welcome, and she was 74, and I couldn't work it out how old I was going to be, but we worked out Mum turned 85 and I will turn 63. I wasn't sure. I was thinking maybe I was turning 64, but nope, 63. And with that comes all kinds of ramifications. Most of my friends who are in a similar age group, the conversation is about all the little things, you know. Once you hit 40, your eyesight can go just almost overnight. It's the same. We talked about once you hit 60, other things go just almost overnight, and you think, oh, I thought I was doing so well. Anyway, right, so all of my pieces are down now, and now is the thread painting, but I also want to put something in here, I think. So I've been looking back at my stuff and thinking, this is great. Field Notes has kind of locked me into a completely different way I would work normally. Like, it's a lot flatter, it's a lot more streamlined. I don't usually bother with any interfacing behind. I don't mind if it frays. It's, you know, I often use a bit of quilting, and so it's a lot thicker. So this is going to be a whole new experience, and I'm a bit excited about that. I don't have a preference. I like people's work when it's very fine and refined, but I also love, and I was looking at someone the other day who was, because of the Junk Journal July, Meg always has a different person every day doing a video, and I was watching James, I think, JB, and I was just looking at some of his pages that he makes in terms of junk journaling and thinking, oh wow, they are just so rich, you know, and that sort of made me realize I'm very streamlined on this, whereas my previous stuff was very rich, you know, threads and quilting and stuff. So I don't think it's going to change. I want to keep, I'd like it all to look like it belongs together. So that's where I'm up to, and I will come back soon. Okay, I am back, and I've started to stitch along the leaves, and I decided that I would use a hoop because it was starting to pull a bit tight, and I think that'll just keep it from getting a bit out of control. It'll just keep these edges a bit tight. So I started with a lighter thread and then moved to this one. This is a very spring green. And I think, where's my pot? I think that I was running out of the lighter colour, so technically I should be using the lighter colour here like I did on these leaves. I'm just checking, pretty sure, nope, where is it? This one. I've probably got enough to do. I'm using 6 strands, so I am using quite a bit. I might have enough to finish. If I start with the darker areas first, then we can see. So I'm just doing a straight stitch, really, just long stitches. I may go in that later and just do a few more, you know, 1 or 2 strands over the top. But I notice with this it's sort of kind of, I don't know, it doesn't blend in as well as if I'd have done them all very, very thin and fine. Yesterday was a big day where Lily and her friend arrived with the truck, and so we've had a massive day with all the dramas that entails, getting all the stuff out of the truck into the storage unit, getting the truck back on time, washed and cleaned. So I went and washed the truck, which, if anyone knows about fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue, I had to come home and have a rest. And then they went to my other daughter's house, and they've had one night, and so Ollie's gone off to work today, and Lily's trying to sort out, actually, no, that wasn't right. Lily's trying to just sort out getting a couple of things from the storage unit that they need, and some food. Anyway, they both hit breaking point, because honestly it is a lot. Like I said, I was feeling for them, but it's honestly a lot too to do this with someone else, although they've known each other for a while, but you know, things still happen. And I think that anyone who's moved will agree that if you do it yourself, you swear you're never ever going to do it yourself again. I have to say, doing Junk Journal July, Postcard July, and the next Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, I do need 3 different benches for each one, I think, or at least one for the gluing and jelly plates and one for the stitching. But I will get round to it. So I've been going either side of this one with the intent to come in with a darker thread to get the veins in later, but I just realised I was coming around here on the head of the little ladybird, so I'll better get back to where I'm meant to be, which is here. Just trying to angle it so it's a bit more thread-like in the direction of the leaf. So I've ended up with a whole heap of plants here, which is fine because I like plants, and 2 bikes, which they'll get within the next week or 2. It's a bit cold for push bikes, but they just ran out of room in the storage unit. So I'm having a stitch to have a rest. You would say, I wonder why moving has to be so hard, but it just is. If you've got a house full, or like, you know, they've both got a small unit full of stuff each, you know, sofas, a sofa each, just, you know, stuff, coffee tables, chairs, beds, bookshelves, all that stuff. Too much. So this is what I am doing for all of this, and I think I'll probably come back when I've finished it. I know I was a little bit behind, so I'm actually not quite sure when this video is going to get up, because I don't really want to start the next prompt till I finish this, even though that might be what happens. I think I might, after yesterday, just like a day of sitting in front of the TV with the heater on stitching and just letting my mind wander a little bit. I just got to get my energy levels back up to get back. I know what I want to do. Did I say I got a new large jelly plate? I might have mentioned that in the junk journal or the postcard, or maybe the junk journal video. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I've lost the plot. I've lost the plot on what day it is. It's a Friday while I'm filming this part of this video. Thank you to people for their lovely comments for my little Brisbane video and even my Thrifty Thursday video. It's really nice. I really am liking connecting to people all around Australia. It's nice. Because I'm a bit of an introvert, I haven't talked to I don't know, I'm just a bit shy to talk to people in person, but I remember early this year saying that one of my goals was to be, was it early this year or was it last year? Maybe last year. Just one of my goals was to be a little bit more interactive with people and not as shy. Just try to meet people in person, have a chat. Oh, getting off camera there. So, I'm enjoying how that's sort of blossoming, friendships forming. I remember thinking when I had cancer in 2019 how I thought, wow, it's just, it's a real leveler. It's like, do the people that you have known stand by you or rally round you or not? And I'd say most people who've been on the journey would say, yep, you lose friends. You realise some people who actually are your friends, and some people are not that good for you. And I don't know, I learnt that you don't have as many friends as you think you have, but I think the stitch community really, or the creative community I should say, really has a lot of people that maybe you still can't call them your friends, but they're your peers. They're what you sorry, I'm obviously in another reflective mood. I have been a bit lately. Just have my little reflective moments. They're kind of your peers, and so you have this thing that you do in common. Oh, I love it. Love that. So are peers, here's the question, are peers friends? I think sometimes they are. They are if you have the moment to catch up in person and get to know people. We all have a little, maybe a little private checklist of what friendship is, how we perceive people, and what our requirements are to put them in the category of friendship. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you think it's just different or the same? I guess my point is that being an introvert means I've sort of kept myself a bit closed off in some ways, and found it a little bit harder to make friends. I know I'm facing this towards me when I do that, and I'm getting off camera. I think though, I prefer starting at the base and working up. In fact, see this part here, this leaf here kind of looks like it goes over the top of that leaf. So I might start working on this leaf and use the light on there. It's going to be a little bit difficult, this part here. All right, I'm going to tie it off and come back. Anyway, the thing is that I'm thinking that being an introvert, it's not a bad thing, but I think that people maybe think you just don't want to talk to people, or you don't like talking to people. And that's not necessarily the case. It's just sometimes shyness. Anyway, that's my take today. I'm not sure with this. I'm thinking I could just come straight over and out like that, but then I'll lose the ladybird. So maybe I will just have to do it like this, and then come in and do the ladybird over. Like if it's close, I can do the ladybird just coming in over a little bit on the green, so as it does have that sense of being over the top. I think that's the way to do it. When I'm doing a long thread row like that, I can always pull it back a bit to see where that ladybird is sitting. and do the antenna over the top. Alright, I think it's gonna be one of those doesn't look great till later moments. Okay, but I think I'll go off and do a bit more and then come back. Okay, I'm back and I have finished the leaves. Well, no, they're not 100% finished, but I've got as far as I'm going. I'm editing the video today. It's Saturday, so there is number 4 I think came up today, and so this is number 5 and it'll come up on Monday. So I'll still do some more work on it because of course we'll be getting the new prompt on Wednesday, so I want to have most of this done as much as possible. So far I've got a bit clearer. I don't know why I was really jumbled the other day. Perhaps that's part of the age conversation. But however, I have decided that this is the front cover after all, because the index page, or the title page should actually have field notes written on it. So this is going to be my front cover. I will now have to do a title page that'll be here, and then this is the first prompt, spring bulbs, and I'm ready to get started next week on this one. Still going to put something in here, but for now this is the end of this video. It's been a very full couple of weeks, and I just want to sit and do some stitching and be warm, because of course in winter it's freezing here in Melbourne. So by the fireplace, being nice and cozy and warm. And that's it for me for today, and thanks for being along for the journey. It's really wonderful to have people commenting in the comments and having a chat and all that sort of stuff, and on Instagram as well. So I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.